All right, so I got another tax question, another Q&A session. So people ask all the time, hey, I own a business. How do I write off my car? Okay, how can I write off my car? I own a business. All right, the answer is very simple. Um, just don't overthink it. Keep it simple. It only becomes complicated if you make it a lot more complicated than what it needs to be. For example, first thing I would ask, if I was working with you, if I was your tax professional and I was working on your account and you give me the opportunity to serve you and your family, first thing I'm gonna ask you, if we're trying to write off your vehicle, is who owns the vehicle? Do you own the vehicle or does the business own the vehicle? Meaning, whose name is the car in? When the car was bought, whose name is on the title? The next thing I'll be asking, of course, is was it paid off or is somebody making a note, car note, to own the car, or is somebody making a monthly payment to lease the vehicle? Okay, all of that's important. Now, the easiest way to write off a vehicle is for you to just own the vehicle, right? You got to think, you can't try to write off a vehicle and put it in your business name all just because you went to go buy a car and you used it for business. Just because you use it for business doesn't mean that it's a business vehicle. But the business mileage is worth so much. It's worth more than what you would pay for that car in payments, okay? Um, for example, just most people drive around 20,000 miles a year. Just 10,000 miles alone at 58.65 cents a mile is a $5,850 deduction. So that's like a car note that's like $400-500 writing off the entire car, even though you're using it partly personal, partly business. So mileage is the easiest way. Now, another thing you can do, of course, is if you want to get a car in the business name, people would always ask, so how do I do it? Should I buy it or should I lease it? I always tell people, do whatever you got to do to get it. Because a lot of times you ain't going to have no choice. You know, you're going to go to the dealership and you can't just go and say, you know, I want to do this, I want to do that, this is what we're going to do, blah, blah, blah. No, they're going to tell you what you're going to do based on your credit, based on your money, whatever. So don't go in there making decisions yes or no based on what's good for you based on taxes. Do what you got to do to get done what you need to get done. I know people that have owned vehicles for businesses and really needed those vehicles because maybe the business was doing deliveries. And when that vehicle went down, they had to go to leasing or renting, but they had to keep it moving. They get back on the road. So I say do whatever you got to do to get the vehicle, and then let us help you figure out how the write-off goes. However, normally when you lease a vehicle for under your business name, you can write off a lot more expenses than you could if you were buying the vehicle. If you were buying the vehicle, you can depreciate that vehicle over the life of the vehicle over 5 to 7 years, or whatever the life of that vehicle is. I mean, you'll get write-offs every year for a little while. However, if you're leasing that vehicle, you ain't got to worry about it going down, buying another one, repairs and maintenance and all that. You lease that joker, you write off the whole payment, you write off car washes, oil changes, everything, 100% of everything related to that vehicle because it's a lease in the business name, okay? But when it's that vehicle's being depreciated, it's a little different. Um, the amounts might be different as well. So remember, a lot of people cannot get a vehicle in the name of their LLC or their S corporation or their business. So it's not that easy. A lot of people think they can just walk in there and that's gonna happen. You let these folks online fool you if you want to. It ain't that easy. So when it's time to get that vehicle, do whatever you got to do to get it. Now, the other thing I would say, just remember, the easiest thing in the world is buy whatever kind of vehicle you like. It's your vehicle, you own it. You and your family own it. And every time you use it for business, you write off the mileage. The mileage is very powerful. The mileage is worth some really good, really, really, really good deductions. Keep that in mind. Hit me up, GenoBradley.com.